The Philly, Joe and Kirby Podcast.
This is the Philly, Joe and Kirby Podcast.
Should I update the TV here in the studio to 4K or what?
Well,
I don't think you have another option.
you know what? Every time I've tried to do stuff like that on my own at home, it always seems to fall, let's say, before a game or something, right? You know what I mean? You might be getting ready to watch a Jets game or a Bomber game, and then the update, something comes up on your TV, so you think it's as simple as that. It never seems to work out, and then you miss part of the game while you're trying to figure out this update.
Yeah, I'm not. I just went to regular non-4K. We're trying to watch some. Kirby, we're trying to watch sports highlights in here because we didn't watch enough sports all weekend.
I understand. I understand. There was such a lack of sports over the weekend.
There wasn't enough.
Friday, Saturday, Jets game.
Like
Saturday,
as if there's
Sunday,
not
football.
enough.
Monday, tonight, football. Wow.
Yeah, Monday night NFL game, playoff game. How great is that? Rams and Vikings.
It could be the best game of the weekend.
If there wasn't, I guess the Tampa Bay game went down to the wire. Tampa Bay, Washington.
Yeah, pretty good game.
But otherwise, was there any other games? There was so many I can't remember. Was there any other where they went down to the wire?
No.
Okay.
No. Just the one upset, Houston over the Chargers. Kirby's pick. I wouldn't call her a team because her two teams are playing this weekend.
She does like Ravens,
Don't
though.
bother her this weekend. She does like birds.
Yeah.
I do. I love birds. Apparently, I missed. There was like a pigeon festival that happened in the city, like a touring where they display all different types of pigeons, and I missed that.
This weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know how that didn't come across our desk.
How was
either.
that not in news on Friday? Like that's
I don't
a big
know. I
deal.
saw it over there. I saw it on Reddit, and I was like,
Pigeon
why didn't I
Fest.
go to the pigeon show?
I'll tell you right now, whoever the custodian is for that building could not. I don't know what the damage deposit would have to be for Pigeon Fest, but I will tell you this. There is not a sidewalk or a staircase that want to be in front of that building that made it without any. What do you wear to Pigeon Fest that would make you feel safe enough?
Well,
That-
they're in their little cages, and I think they're trained. So
They're trained.
Well, trained. They all poop, Kirby. That has
Trained
nothing
to
to do with training.
Trained to do what? Do they have diapers
I don't
on?
know.
Send messages.
How
I
are
would have
you
learned
not?
more about pigeons
Hold
if
on.
I went.
How were we not sponsoring that? 90-1 City brings you
Pigeon.
Pigeon Fest,
I
baby.
gotta see more about this.
Hosted by Kirby. Well-trained pigeons
There
will be
are
on display.
Rare types of pigeons, okay?
Pigeon Fest. I don't even.
I
think
don't know if it
comes
was
up.
called Pigeon Fest. I think it was just a pigeon show.
a pigeon
A
show.
show about pigeons that
Pigeon
was
show.
touring.
Hold on.
I
A
saw
tour.
video
It's a
footage
tour.
of it. Yeah.
A world tour.
Pigeon
Yeah. I'll show you after, Joe.
tour.
You
No,
might-
I know. I just want to
Quick
know
Google.
more about.
See if you get a Winnipeg.
It's
pigeon.
Called the CPFA National Pigeon Show.
The CPFA National Pigeon Show.
Philly, Joe, Kirby.
Philly, Joe and Kirby.
Podcast.
The Philly, Joe and Kirby Podcast.
I ordered us a calendar for the studio. I just want you guys to know.
You open up a bank account?
No, I
Oh.
ordered like
Oh, you paid for
Amazon,
one.
Amazon.com. I went and found a calendar because I do believe we could use one in studio just to jot little, notes on. Sometimes we get confused about who's gone when, holiday time, yada, yada, yada. So
I'd like to know your kids' hockey schedule. I'm going to get
I'll put that on there.
You got to know.
If you want it on there, I'll put it on there.
Do you want all my appointments on there?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
well,
actually-
we're going to need a huge calendar.
Yeah,
then.
I
No.
know. Actually, forget it.
I'll tell you right now. We'll each have our own color, okay? So you get the purple pen because
Yeah.
that's your favorite color.
good
So
idea.
fill up your Sunday fun day. I know that's a term you use. Terrible Tuesdays or whatever it is, but
What is
put
the
your-
theme of this calendar? I'm a little worried on what
You
type
should
of
be.
calendar he ordered, Joe.
Even my
Oh.
wife was
Yeah,
like,
good.
"Really? You're putting that up?"
Well,
Is
it's
it a
not-
bikini calendar?
No. I looked for an Elizabeth Hurley calendar, but she doesn't have
It's
one.
a Snap-on Tools calendar I used to have in the garage. No.
It's an Apex Predator calendar. So get this.
Oh my God!
You're gonna love. Well, you love animals, so what? This is perfect. Okay.
Is it violent?
There's no violence in it, but they are. It's all the top apex
They're
predators.
portrait pictures. They're not action.
I don't want action shots of these predators.
So for January, it's a grizzly bear, beautiful, like majestic. For February, we got a great white shark.
Wow.
Then we go, a tiger. I love me some tigers.
What's the month of May? Because that's my birthday month.
We got a cobra snake. May. Let me see here, because it doesn't say like when I go through them,
Better
right?
be
It's
something cute.
It
You
just
see
has
how-
the pictures.
You see how smart this man is? He could have bought this calendar in December and paid full price. But no.
yeah.
He waited.
No, he didn't wait. He thought about it and just ordered it now, but he saved money.
You got a cobra for me.
A cobra.
Yeah, like a snake.
Interesting.
And then we got a lion, a bald eagle, an alligator. We've got a jaguar. Get this. I don't know what month this is. Komodo dragon's in there, baby.
To wrap up the year. Here's the best
As
part.
long as it's not eating a deer.
Here's the best part. Kirby asks for May, and you say a cobra, and then she goes, interesting. But if it was an elephant, what would you have said? Interesting. They didn't put this calendar together and wonder, hey, what should we put for Kirby's birthday? Because that's the way it came across. The rest of us were okay with whatever animal we had.
There's a wolf in there. A great.
Oh.
You've got a killer whale, some polar bears. It is like I know, Philly and apex predators, but it's beautiful. It really is.
Thank you for doing that for the show.
You know what? I'm here for you guys, and I can't
We're
wait.
about to be organized,
I,
Joe.
I wish the Komodo was
I'll
eating a
tell
deer.
you, I don't know what I would have done without this calendar.
The Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
Philly Joe and Kirby's Entertainment Rundown.
By the way, just apologies. I'm in a bit of a haze this morning. I had Colin James opening up for Bush. No, that is not the case. Two separate shows. I noticed off air that, or Joe, you did, that Filter is also on the bill, like opening up along with Rival Sons for Bush.
Yeah.
Filter, man. I love Filter. So that's a killer lineup. And again, tickets at 7:45 for that show for Bush coming up this morning with Completely Useless. Now to some birthdays and big-time birthdays. Patrick Dempsey is 59.
Mr. What was it? Dr. McDreamy on Grey's Anatomy?
I wasn't into Grays, but I think so, yeah.
Very
It's-
popular with the females. Yes.
Like, it's got to be one of the longest standing medical dramas of all time, right? What is it, like 13, 15 seasons or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Liam Hemsworth, 35. He's about to take over for Henry Cavill on The Witcher, which
Oh,
will be a lot of eyes on that to see how he does. Orlando Bloom, 48 years old, still married to Katy Perry. They're still going strong, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
yeah.
for them. Connor McDavid, best hockey player in the world right now, 28 years old. And Julia Louis-Dreyfus, incredibly talented, 64 years old. After Seinfeld, she went and did Veep, of course, and there's another show that was really good that I always forget. Man, you guys probably know what I'm talking about. I just can't think
Is
of the
it
name.
Veep?
No, Veep, I said.
Oh, you said sorry.
And then there was another show that she had.
Yeah, like
Someone on the text line will help me.
basically, right, it was focused on her and
Yeah.
her character, right?
It was before Veep.
yes.
But she's done well post
Yeah.
Seinfeld. As you guys do your stories, I'll Google it.
Remember I told you that I was sitting next to a dude at the Tool show here in Winnipeg a couple of years ago that fell asleep?
Yes.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Okay, so there was an interview over the weekend, and Lizzie Hale of Hailstorm said that she actually broke up with a guy because he fell asleep at a Tool show.
Oh, there you go.
Back in the day, because she was diving into like 10 records that had a huge impact on her and her music career, and Tool was one of those albums that she had mentioned. But she was talking about how, yeah, at the time she was dating a guy, and he passed out during the show, and she was like, I can't be with somebody like that.
So passed out drunk or fell asleep? Because that's a big difference.
Right.
There is a difference.
is a big difference. He was not drunk. He was just
okay.
tired.
The New Adventures of Old Christine was Julie.
Right.
Julie
Didn't last
Louis-Dreyfus.
long, but apparently it was a very good show.
Yeah, 5 years, and it got good
That's
reviews.
not bad.
Yeah.
5 seasons. Movie box office from the weekend, Den of Thieves 2. Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr. hit the number one spot. Den of Thieves 2 Pantera. Much anticipated because of how well Den of Thieves did as far as an action movie goes. Mufasa, the Lion King, actually number 2. And then, of course, there was Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And it was those two family-type movies that were battling it out since Christmas. So an action movie doesn't happen very often because, Gerard Butler hasn't been around in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Back.
We interviewed Gerard Butler once at a radio station I was working at, and I was going to ask him to do the famous line from 300. Spartans! But before I could ask him, like in the early part of the interview,
it comes up.
No, he said there's nothing I hate more than when somebody asks me to do that, and it was before I got a chance to ask him.
Funny because
Thank God.
Oh, I know, thank God.
he ended up doing a few rom-coms for a few years and then got back into the action flicks, but nobody asked him about the rom-coms either.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Call the Bone phone. 780-BONE. Brought to you by Auto Gallery of Winnipeg.
John with a J, he's a regular, and he's got a lot of things on his mind on any given day. But we've learned from past calls, he is a big Connor Hellebuck fan.
I'm watching the broadcast, and I hear the gentleman on the broadcast, it has been 10 years since a goalie has won MVP. That makes me excited because I think that streak's going to end with a gentleman by the name of Connor Hellebuck. One thing Mr. Hellebuck has in common with goalies like Patrick Waugh, Martin Brodeur, is that they all have won the Vezina Trophy, and some of them are multiple winners. They are very elite at their position. The one thing Connor Hellebuck doesn't have that all of those other goalies do have, which is only inevitable if my English is correct, Mr. Hellebuck will soon possess, and that is a Stanley Cup. And that makes me excited because I happen to live in the same city Connor Hellebuck catches fish and loves to be in.
Yeah, and essentially John with a J saying Hellebuck's too good to not get a cup someday. And wow, would that be incredible?
I think he's really come into his own here, too, personality-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Thought he was always kind of shy, sometimes awkward in interviews, and ever since we got to see him with that 500th window, he seems to be taking on the persona sort of his dad, who's come to town now quite a few times and been a star, as Kirby mentioned earlier this morning, right? But anyway, all for the good. He signs that big deal here, and he's made Winnipeg home. And I think a lot of us didn't expect that to happen. Would you say that?
Oh, yeah. No, I would have fully prepared for him not to be here long term, right? Did you see the video of Bufflin congratulating him?
That was cool.
Awesome.
Big crowd appreciation for that clip.
Yeah. Winnipeg loves them, some Dustin Bufflin. Okay, sticking with sports, a Vikings fan.
Hey, morning, gang. It's Brent here. Big-time Minnesota Vikings fan. Just want to inform you, very excited. The game's moved into Phoenix. I've been there a few times for Vikings games, and you would not believe the support they get. Lots of snowbirds from North Dakota, Minnesota, and, of course, Manitoba. And they fill that arena. Probably, I've seen almost 20,000 Viking jerseys at an Arizona Cardinal game. So let's go Vikings. Skol.
Yeah, there's no question there will be tons of Vikings fans cheering on their team in Arizona.
Take them to win tonight and take them to cover the spread at 2.5.
Oh, look at that. A little free gambling. You gotta start a phone line. Joe Aiello's gambling advice.
I couldn't afford it with my gambling.
Well, you got a landline already.
That's it.
True.
Thinking of canceling it, actually, Kirby. It's funny you mentioned that.
Maybe you keep it in
for a gambling.
in
Joe's
service.
Gambling hotline. You'd have to assume there are some archaeologists who listen to the show, and they're not going to like this phone call.
Oh, hi. My name's Chelsea, and quick little backstory. I'm from Winnipeg. I now live in Calgary. You guys are far superior to our radio stations here.
Yeah.
So I was just tuning in, and I saw the bone phone. So oddly enough, the bone I have to pick is not a bone I have to pick. It's about bones. It's about archaeology. and dinosaurs. Bless everybody's heart that does that. But in this day and age, with all the kind of issues we have going on, do we really, really need to keep digging for dinosaurs? Serious question. Do you care if they ever find another, species or breed of dinosaur? Like, could we not be investing money in a different way? Anyway, that's all. Thank you.
So, not happy with archaeologists. That's a first. That's a first on the bone phone.
I think there's room for everyone
Yeah.
to do different jobs.
She's
on
in
this
Calgary
earth.
now. Is it what's the town?
Drumheller.
Drumheller that's known for their dinosaur.
They have a wicked
remains.
museum.
Yeah. So anyway, hey, if you're an archaeologist, make sure you reply. Make sure you respond to that. We'd love to hear from you. Sir Rodney. Haven't heard from Sir Rodney in a while.
PJK, good morning, Sir Rodney. Happy New Year. Haven't been on in a while. We're not talking about golf right now. However, I did get new golf shoes for Christmas. Just saying. Anyways, I got a bone to pick. I've never swore on this show before, so get your bleepers ready, because I'm trying to turn off my street onto Henderson Highway to go to work, to do my job, and all these big dummies are driving in the middle lane of 3 lanes, so you can't turn right to get onto Henderson Highway. And there's like 30 people all in the middle lane. Have some consideration. Move to the left lane. Let people in so they can go to their stupid jobs and get their stupid day over with. That's it.
I find it funny about Sir Rodney. He said he was going to swear, and he didn't.
He worked up to it and just didn't do it.
Yeah, I had to listen to it 2 or 3 times. I'm like, okay, because every now and then, especially on a Monday, I'll miss the odd swear. So
Interesting.
Yeah, no swears. But thanks for the call, Sir Rodney. Let's wrap up with the hooligan, and let's just say this: he is not a fan of celebrity.
You could just leave it at that. Is not a fan
of a lot of things. But I'll tell you what I didn't have on the hooligan bingo card was celebrity endorsements.
We all watch TV, and of course, with that comes commercials. And over the past while, I've seen increasingly amount of actors and athletes doing commercials for like Subway, etc. I never understood why companies will pay celebrities and athletes to promote their product. Like Scotty Barnes for, Toronto Raptor basketball player. This kid, he's doing a Subway commercial. I'm not going to go buy a Subway sandwich. First of all, buddy, you should spend more time on the basketball court, maybe win some games, instead of doing some goddamn commercials. You got like George Clooney for coffee and that other actor doing the skip the dishes all the time. Now, I think it's ridiculous.
John Hamm.
I mean, oh my God, Scotty Barnes is another thing. Pittsburgh, you suck.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Thank you.
Hey, Kevin happy. My friend Kevin's from Baltimore. He's happy. Good for him.
Tough Monday for hooligan.
Listen, I'm a Steelers fan, and I told Hooligan they weren't going to win. But I will say this. I saw Devontae Adams had a Taco Bell in his own house in the commercial, and I thought, hey, having a fast food of your favorite choice in your own house couldn't be that bad of an idea.
That would be amazing.
Philly Joe Kirby.
Philly Joe and Kirby
Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
Just a friendly reminder that next Monday, so 7 days away from the start of another 92-1 City World Tour, AC/DC Nashville. Be listening for the AC/DC Song of the Day. When you hear it, you text WIN to 762-555, and boom, you could be one of our finalists. That's going to be huge.
So a week
next Monday.
today,
I'm giving you a nice little reminder.
Tell me if you guys agree with this, okay? Apparently, the average person has 4 good pairs of underwear in rotation.
4?
Yeah.
So good by good, you mean so are you essentially saying that there's a lot of underwear in that underwear drawer, in the Ginch drawer, but there's only 4 that you really like?
Yeah.
And then
basically, the 4 that you're grabbing for wearing the most often.
Your go-tos.
That's probably where I'm at. I bet you I'm at about 4 or 5 that I really like.
Why? Because the other ones are barely hanging on?
Well, there's some that there's some that are like they got a few holes, and then there's a few that are like those are a bit too tight. Like I'll wear them if I'm in a pinch, but they're not my faves. And yeah, there's 4 that I'm like, these are really comfortable. I feel good in them.
I think because I have OCD when it comes to stuff like that, I have at least 7. I got to have one good pair a day in rotation, and then I've got the other pile of just in case something happens and I need to go through a few pairs. But I probably have, seriously, there's probably about, I don't know, 24 pairs of underwear in my drawer.
24?
It's crazy.
Wow.
I don't know why.
That's a lot of
Hey, they're not all great.
Do you have like a special pair that
No.
only come out once a year for
No.
Christy?
Wow. Are you assuming that it only happens once a year?
No, that you might like wear something a little,
No.
Like on their anniversary.
like
No.
silky or okay, all
No.
right.
Like those really the extra tighty whities that have come out on,
Whatever does it.
on her birthday.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a pair of silk boxers on this body that's really gonna. She'll be hoping it's only once a year they come out.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
So yesterday, I'm about to hop in the shower. It's just me in the house, and because the kids are both at hockey. My wife's at hockey with the youngest, so I'm just. I had to get the other boy somewhere, so I'm just about to hop in the shower, and I hear the doorbell, and Amazon. Probably, right?
I've seen a lot of courier trucks out over the last few weeks. I think just making up time from the Canada Post strike
Yeah,
over
that
the
makes
holidays. I'm still waiting on a couple of packages.
We just get a lot of Amazon. Like
Your place?
Yeah, my wife does a lot of shopping through Amazon for the boys and for herself. So I just always assume it's Amazon. So doorbell goes. I kind of hesitate to jump in the shower. I've got nothing on. Not that that's an important part of the story, but I'm just.
Hold on, I'm making notes.
Can
Nothing
you make
on.
notes?
Theater of the mind over here.
Yeah, so I hesitate, like, okay, let's just give it a second here. Doorbell goes again. That's not totally, that now you're getting outside of Amazon territory, right? Because they will drop the package, ring the doorbell, and go.
Yeah, they're not ringing it a second time.
Yeah, so now I'm reaching for a towel. I'm still not committed to going down because whoever it is, whatever's going on, I'm still thinking will leave. So
Hold on, you're at the upstairs shower?
upstairs shower.
Nothing on.
Nothing.
No, we put a towel on at this
I
point.
know I've grabbed it. I
Oh,
haven't
you
put it on yet.
grabbed the towel. Okay.
Then that happens. Now
Oh, the knock at the
Yeah.
door.
And I've heard the inside door open so they could do that. So now I'm like, towels on, but I still haven't. I walked to the top of the stairs. I'm like, really? Who could this be? And then it gets a little more aggressive. Like, oh my God, something must be going on.
You
it
think
the
it's a
police?
parent?
Well, now I don't know about parents yet.
Okay.
Okay, but it's got to be something more than a package, or is it a neighbor? Have they noticed something around my house? Right, you're getting to a point where somebody needs to speak to me. Towel goes on. This isn't ideal, but I'm not going to throw clothes on now because I'm now kind of worried. So
Right.
I'm running down the stairs in a towel. All I can see. So I have one of those inside doors with the windows, a whole bunch of little windows. All I can see is my mom's face
I knew it.
squished into one of those little windows,
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
trying to see where I am in the house as she does this. And I'm like, of course, I love my mother.
I knew
and,
it.
and I know there's going to be people out there going, someday you're not going to have a mom and dad to drop by unannounced, so appreciate it,
The frantic knock was the dead giveaway for me.
Yeah. Well, I thought that or the police were
Well, the
showing up.
police
That's what
aren't
I
giving
thought.
you the heavy-duty knock. They're just okay. They're just ringing the doorbell, and they're gonna get
Well,
in if they need to get in. But
keep-
Mom, she doesn't want to use the key
Well, you're right.
or the keypad.
Oh, I would never let her know where our secret key is. What could have been one of my, it could have certainly been my oldest, coming back to the house, he forgot something. So
Right.
I opened the door thinking, oh my God, right? Like, is everything, hi Mom, is everything okay? I'm in a towel. I look like I ran down the stairs fast. I just got a card from your uncle. It arrived in the mail and it came to our house. And I give her the most, really, Mom, look of all time.
Kathy had to get it off her plate. Okay. She's doing what Canada Post was, back doing.
Did she address the fact that you were in a towel?
No, I mean, she's my mom. She's
given birth to you. She's seen it all.
Didn't phase her. Joe's bang on though.
Yeah.
Cross that off her list. Get the card.
Oh, yeah.
To fill. And
It was urgent.
Daryl
Yeah.
didn't come to the door. My dad was in the car waving. Hey, how you doing,
See,
buddy?
he wasn't even embarrassed. He's all in. He's just giving it the hold on. We got the card to deliver today to Phil.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
AC/DC starting a week today, Monday morning. Brand new contest here at 92.1 City, and it's amazing. AC/DC in Nashville, Joe.
Pretty simple, too. Just need to text us the word win when you hear an AC/DC song of the day. Starting on Monday, we'll announce the song. And, they get you in. You become one of the finalists, and who knows, Nashville could be your next stop for free. There's only one way to say these bands live, free. It's our motto around here.
That's for sure. How many pairs of underwear do you have in rotation with a chance to win tickets to go see Colin James? 92.1 City Facebook page. 14, Glenn says.
Double them up, eh? 2 pairs a day just in case you don't have to do your laundry till, every 2 weeks, I guess.
Yeah, that's nice, right? If you can have enough where you're not in a panic about getting laundry done. And then Ashley, I've got 6 or 7 favorite pairs. Then about 30 I don't really like. I just keep in case all others spontaneously combust at once.
All 30. That's awesome.
That's kind of where I'm at. It's just you have like a backlog of underwear just in case.
Ones that, and I mean, really, there's probably you need 10, 15 just in case pairs of underwear that you don't really like. I mean,
no, but I have 24 in total, and I couldn't tell you which one I would grab if the 7 of the week are gone.
So you don't have any underwear in there that you don't really like? They're all wearable. Is that what you're saying?
Out of the 24, I would say about 18 to 20 of them I could wear any given day.
Okay.
But the other 4, 6... No.
Sorry, Joe, but you strike me as the type that even if it gets like a little thread, it starts to pull, you're like, oh, it's done.
Yeah, they're gone. I would say that
Pretty
too.
close.
Like you're not wearing it down to where Phil's wearing it down, where literally it's hanging on by a thread. And the waistband has completely separated from the pair of underwear.
I love that.
No,
that's good
he's
wear.
hanging on. He's hanging on.
No, I don't need to see the banana or the berries out of the Fruit of the Loom package.
Are
no,
they
I
crotchless?
don't.
No, they just fill the word out.
I could also say this about you, Joe, and I don't mean to dive too much into your life here
Thank you.
Yeah, but they're probably all the same kind too, and the same color. I could see that.
There's about 4 brands.
Oh, okay.
4 brands.
And you got to have different colors, right? Because if you wear light pairs of pants, you can't wear a dark pair of underwear.
Yeah, usually my light pairs of pants.
When you wear white pants.
Yeah, I don't like to wear my black underwear under a white pair of pants.
Under his white golf pants.
For more Philly Joe and Kirby, log it into 92.1 City weekday mornings 6 to 10.